is Binta Abdulkadir. I'm the Director for Senior Secondary Education Department at the Federal Ministry of Education. The story of debate in Nigeria is a very long and crucial one in our secondary schools in Nigeria, because debate is one of the prominent co-curricular activities in our secondary school. If you could recall, we used to have, in the last decade, we used to have what we call the Schools Challenge, where School A will face School B. They do debate, drama, quiz, so on and so forth. So these are very, very fundamental features of learning in our secondary schools.
It should not be emphasized that the schools even are equipped with support for these children. How indiscipline in such schools also leads to moral laxity and poor educational performance, and also how negative role modeling of teachers in schools for students, among others, points. On my second supporting speaker, we rebut the argument made from side proposition, close the case for argument, and if time permits, proceed with some points.
My name is Associate Professor Abba Idris Adam, Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Yobe State. Well, e-debate is one of the processes that is actually inculcating skills to our students. One of the benefits of this is that you find that students are learning how to, involve themselves in what is called critical thinking. When a word is, when they are asked to talk or to defend or to present something, that will give them a chance to think and then have a general overview of whatever they want to do. Next is that you find these students are equipping themselves with communication skills. That is why, if you observe all the or most of the motivational speakers around the globe, you find them that at a time they were a kind of debaters, one of the great debaters that have participated in so many debates across the country.
Is unemployment under poverty? Definitely, a poor man cannot afford to send his child to school. Therefore, we don't expect such a child to be employed. Members of the House, even among all the poor people in the world, there is still a strong tendency of some to commit crime and some to strongly oppose crime. It therefore depends. Again, if poverty, as we say, is the real cause of crime in the society, why then is the variation? Although poverty may contribute, but it is not the significant cause of crime in the society. Rather, there are complex many other phenomena, such as social injustice, weak judicial system, socio-economic factors, peer pressure influence, amongst many others. Poverty is not the significant cause of crime in the society, and simplifying all this cause to poverty alone overlooks other critical influences.
I'm Dr. Agostina Godwin, the Commissioner of Education, Taraba State. This e-debate, we sincerely appreciate that the Federal Ministry of Education has picked Taraba to participate, or we also registered to participate, and this is going to be one way through which we will revive debate in the state, because very soon we will have to arrange and see with those organizing and training the children to see how far they have gone, listen to them, make our own inputs, and even from there we have other debating activities going on in the state, organized by some of our staff in the Ministry of Education. So we know that debate is very important, and we are going to work hard to revive it and also encourage it in our schools.
From when Nigeria gained independence, October 1st, 1963, the Constitution adopted a two-legislative system known as bicameralism, consisting of the Senate and House of Representatives. From there, the 1979 Constitution retained this rule, and then up to date, May 29, 1999 Constitution still maintained bicameralism. Nigeria adopted bicameralism from the British colonials because they practiced the British Parliament, consisting of the House of Lords and House of Commons. All of this put up a question that I ask you all. Can two chambers truly represent one nation? Ponder over that.
I'm Professor Muhammad Sani Bello, Commissioner for Education, Kaduna State. of recent, we have recorded some kind of hitches. There are some hitches in that regard. So with this particular this e-debate initiative, I think one of the element of cost that usually we find difficult to fund is the fact that you have to move the debaters around along with their officials, and where they have to stay for a period of time, you have to find accommodation and rest. Now, with the e-debating initiative, it will be possible for children who are, internet savvy or computer savvy to participate in debate even from their homes. Once it is so organized, it is possible to do it. So honestly, that is why I find the initiative of the Federal Minister of Education as a very good one and very timely.
Tourism is essential for Nigeria's diverse population. Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, and this population could only be addressed by bicameral system of government and no other legislative structure. Bicameralism addresses Nigeria's diversity due to the fact that bicameralism is very essential in Nigeria's government. It is of no coincidence that the greatest 7 countries in the world, countries like United States of America, Germany, France, all the greatest 7 countries in the world use bicameral system of government to provide check and balance in their legislative structure. How can I say bicameral legislation is not efficient? Bicameral legislation is the most efficient structure of government that we can use. If laws are not well made, then this is not the fault of the legislative structure, but the fault of the legislators themselves.
My name is Reverend Dr. Frederick Lanshima Ikean. I'm the Honorable Commissioner for Education and Knowledge Management under the administration of His Excellency Reverend Father Dr. Hyacinthe Umem Alia in Benue State. Ground of this culture of winning that we have now established, we are very confident that in this upcoming debate, this one is e-debate, we are confident that Benue will not only play host, but Benue will also come tops, consistent with the culture of winning that we have established. So we are very happy to host this and to be the first in the entire country to play host to this e-debate. It has also helped us to beef up our network of online engagements. It has also helped us to indeed equip our students, equip our teachers, and to equip every stakeholder that has a hand in this, and to improve indeed on all our arrangements that have been before. I told you a while ago about online learning platforms. This has also added value and provided another dimension for further improvement.
These woes were not present. If you look at the word woes, a woe means a cry for help. Corruption was existing before the Naira float, but it was not as profound as this. It was the advent of Naira float that made people cry out in anger, that made people cry out in agony. Have you ever stayed a protest of hunger in this country before the advent of Naira float? But on August 3, 2024, there was a hunger protest in Kano just because of the Naira float. As I conclude, I would like the rapt attention of the judges and everyone here present, and I would leave you to decide whether the Naira float has actually benefited us. Sardine before the Naira float was 300 Naira. Now it is 1,800 Naira. A can of milk before the Naira float cost only 215 Naira, but it is now 1,500 Naira. A module of beans, which is popularly known as Congo in the Nigerian parlance, now costs 5,500 Naira. Gary, which was known as the friend to the poor, now left the company of the poor to join the rich. A module of Gary now costs 3,500 Naira. You know, in this country, we were actually thinking we were rich. But when we were faced with the harsh reality of the menace of Naira float, we realized that those who are rich are actually poor. Civil servants have now sold their cars to purchase bikes. Majority of Nigerian students have become perpetual leg wagons because of inadequate funds. Honorable panelists, if there's still anyone here that wants to say that Naira float is not the cause of the economic woes in the Nigerian economy, then I can boldly say that he or she is not living in the harsh reality of the economy of this country.
My name is Nweke Chibo Joseph, the National Coordinator for the 2024 Nationwide Inter-Secondary School e-debate competition. For me, this debate for me is for me, is a success. We achieved something tremendous. This is the first time in Nigeria something like this is happening. E-debate. No, it had never been done in Nigeria before. So coming up with this giant stride to organize something like this, we are proud of our team, and we believe that we are going to build on the success of this debate and to see how can we be able to achieve more success, to develop some of the lapses. Of course, there are lapses. Do we have lapses? Yes. Is there room for improvement? Yes. But I can assure you that for the first time, doing this thing for the first time, and us achieving this success so far, is a very, very good development. It's a welcome development, and we are sure that subsequently there will be more improvement and more better debates in the future. So I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of what they have achieved, and I'm sure that we will go back to the drawing board and see some of the things that we did not do right, and see how we can be able to achieve them. So for me, I am so proud of my team, and I believe this debate, there is going to be better things to come in the debating system in Nigeria.
Just a argument. The benefit of social media to society. Marketing opportunities. Social media has fundamentally revolutionized how businesses view marketing today. In time past, only large corporations had the access to widespread advertisement. But today, social media has leveled the playing field, giving access to small businesses and individual entrepreneurs to also have access to audiences around the world. Let's take, for example, my mom. She sells imported tops. But the money, the gain she gets from social media, it's 10 times what she gets physically. The customer that patronizes her on social media is 10 times the customer that she sees physically. Social media has turned the world into a place where distances is no longer a barrier. Social media has made sure that Nigeria's socio-economic mass is projected to grow by 50% in the next few years.
Well, generally, debate to me is a very important concept in learning. The fact that it does not only teaches child how to effectively generate critical thinking or excellent communication, it also helps the child to learn tolerance. That's very, very fundamental. And the e-debate will make it easier for everybody to participate, even when you are not in school or when you are not at the debating arena, say maybe for example where you intend to have the debate. Anybody who is not there can equally key in because it's electronically facilitated. So I think this will give the Nigerian child the ample opportunity of learning to do debate easily. They can even organize it on their own and send it to you to display through your own platforms.
Space where ideas can flourish. The 1999 Constitution section I will take that later. The 1999 Constitution section 31 subsection 1 guarantees the right to freedom of expression, allowing people to voice out, speak out, protest, and view for reforms. The recent growth of social movements such as the EndSARS protest, which is a youth-led protest against police brutality, and the End Bad Government, which is a protest against bad governance in Nigeria, shows how democracy allows people to speak out and push for reforms.
Let me begin by congratulating the Federal Ministry of Education for initiating, or let me say, bringing up this issue of e-debate among children who are schooling at secondary school level. I think it's a very laudable program, and the Ministry of Education, Kaduna State, and the Kaduna State government under the able leadership of Senator Obasani is really excited by this development, and it is our sincere belief that this program is going to help in the development of our children in terms of their being inquisitive and more knowledgeable about events and happenings around them, either relating to directly education or the society and every other thing that helps in the development of good citizenship. So we are committed to give all the necessary support to the Federal Ministry of Education to ensure that this program succeeds and is sustained.
It is an honor and privilege to be counted among this gathering of learned individuals in their various capacities. To support the motion which says space exploration is a waste of resources, to which I totally agree. Before laying out my points logically, categorically, and intellectually, let me quickly give a highlight on the concepts involved. Space exploration is a scientific and technological advancement into space, to search for alien life, to explore and identify celestial habitable bodies, and to determine if conditions exist to remain life beyond our own planet Earth. My honorable panel of judges, I realized that my opponent did not know the numerous disadvantages of space exploration. Had it been they know it, I think this debate could not have called for. Nevertheless, they stand to be corrected, informed, and educated.
First, it is after we finish all of this that we become more familiar with the processes and the engagements and the need. For now, we are playing host. It is the Federal Ministry of Education that is coming to work it out all. We are only providing venue and some other logistic support. So it is at the end of this that we'll know the proper requirement for all of this, that we'll be able to state very clearly what our need will be. But for now, Benue is not altogether in the dark. I said before that we're already involved in online learning, and because of this online learning, both radio and television, we are confident that anything that has to do with e-transmission, Benue is equal to the task. The governor has already established an agency for these online learning platforms. We are dealing with the content now. So I will not say very clearly for now until we have finished the hosting. Then areas for further input from the federal government will become very clear to us. And if there are things that we have not yet done, then we can ask the federal government for an intervention.
During the course of argument of the first partner speaker of team proposition, we actually threw the point of information, to which he responded that we limit opinions when it harms individuals, which means he's concurring with us in today's debate. With this, you are welcome to our team. Now the House, the summary of all the arguments of proposition in today's debate is that freedom of speech should be made absolute. My panel, one key rebuttal to this. What happens when people are given absolute freedom of speech? They tend to abuse it. Panel, therefore, if we give people absolute freedom of speech, it obviously means that they're going to let hell loose on earth, which is what we, the team opposition, is trying to avoid in today's debate. With this, their case falls in today's argument.
But the debate, this in the states, apart from even debate, as I said, we are trying to improve the quality of education, and we're trying to revive some of the practices and exercises that used to go on in schools during our time. And one of them I remember in school was having debate. There were days when the whole school would be gathered in a hall, all the teachers, principals would be together. And I remember in JS3, we were debating a teacher is better than a doctor, and a doctor is better than a teacher. And we were at the stage talking, and our principals and teachers were laughing their hearts out. So we want to revive such things. In Taraba State, we want to revive all these debates that give children, particularly artistic children, to express themselves. in English, in even the native languages. We have all plans like that. Even some of our disappearing languages, apart from English, to engage children to express themselves, and even look at it during the medium of instructions in schools.
Of adjudicated, it's indeed a compulsory task for me as a lead speaker from the affirmative team to define the motion at large. The motion aside that women who engage in professional work outside the home possess qualities and skills that enhance their effectiveness and contribution as a wife. It suggests that these career women demonstrate advantage in relationship dynamics, financial stability, personal growth, and other domestic duties. Panel of adjudicators. It is indeed wise and appropriate for me as a lead speaker from the affirmative team to give out the theme split of the affirmative team. I, the lead speaker, I'm going to be speaking on personal growth and independence, scriptural references from the holy books, which are the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran. And my first supporting speaker is going to be speaking on financial independence, role modeling, time management skills, with a scenario and statistics backing up his argument at large. And my second supporting speaker is going to be backing up our argument at large with mental health and well-being.
Yes, Federal Ministry of Education has actually brought a very kind of something that need to be emulated, because even though they are operating education, they are handling education at the federal level, but they have concern, for education at the grassroots level. That is why we are very happy and are going to partner with the Federal Ministry of Education and all the necessary support that we need. We believe the Federal Ministry of Education will provide for us in order to succeed in this endeavor.
So what we want to do is to make it look like digital debate. Of course, digital debate is not about, we want to make it look like digital debate, but because of lack of fund and lack of maybe limited time to plan, we have all the states, 21 states that were part of this debate to come to the hosting states. For me, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be digital. It's supposed to be transmitted live. When we stay wherever you are, to transmit for you. So we are trying to fix these things subsequently. That's why we are trying to. Next edition, we are going to be having zonal level competition. So if all the states within the zones, say in your state, will transmit. We're going to be setting these hardwares to state now, so you don't need to go anywhere. You stay in your state, we transmit these debates in your zonal level. So the winner of the champion of the zonal champions of will now come to Abuja for the grand finale. So we will have only 6 participants coming for the grand finale. That's across the six geopolitical zones like southeast, southwest, south-south, northeast, northwest, and north central. So these are things we are going to be doing next time around now. So for most of these people, they have issues coming to the cities. You can imagine people that even travel all the way 14 hours to drive, 16 hours to drive to come there. It's very, very excruciating. So we want to reduce such load, and let's see how we can able to make it look like more like a digital debate. So we are going to look at all those things. Like I said before, we are done for this piloting program. This is more like a piloting program. So we'll go back to the drawing board, look at where do we need to make amendments, where do we have lapses, and what do we think we can do to make it better. So we are going to see how we can do that. Because these things now, this is the real deal now. This one is now going to be the real deal, because this one will need money, we need funding, we need serious amount of money to push this one. So we are not in a haste. We'll take our time, look at our reporting, do our look at our reports, and then see how we can able to develop on what we have done. And when we look at all those things and we are sure that we're ready to move on again, we'll move again and they announce the new date. I don't mind whether it's coming on December 2025, November 2025, September 2025. I don't care. What I'm more interested to get it right this time around, to make sure we improve drastically to what we have done before, and I'm sure we're going to get there with the team we have and the support from the government and the other stakeholders. I'm sure we're going to we'll be having something better than what we did in this first edition.
My name is Aisha Mohammed Fateh, a speaker from Yobe State, standing here to offer the topic on the motion that says career will make better web than full-time housewife, which I totally disagree because of the following reasons. First of all, Before I go into my presentation, let me differentiate and highlight the main key point of my topic, which is career woman and housewife. In getting to know the career woman and housewife is something I consider very difficult because both of them has great advantage and disadvantage. However, I am going to talk on housewife. As such, keep in touch with me as I make my point based on certain consideration. I consider a housewife to a woman who is not employed by the government or any organization or has any certain job that doesn't pay her money. She's lonely at home, taking care of the family, the children, and her husband. Apart from this, she has no any other responsibility. Her major work include cooking for the family, training the children, taking care of her husband, sweeping, washing, and other home routine.
Especially the hosting states, Benue state governments. It's not easy to hold this debate. This debate cost them millions of naira to host this debate. They gave us feeding, accommodation, hospitality, logistics, and everything. It's not easy. It costs them a lot of money, and I want to appreciate them I want to appreciate the governor of Benue State, Governor I said earlier, the Commissioner for Education in Benue State, Mr. Dr. Frederick Ikian, and all the committee from the state government, from the state, the director of special duties, and everybody that have been part of the Benue State team to ensure we have a successful debate in the Benue State. We appreciate it. We enjoy our stay in Benue State. It was a wonderful stay in Makurdi, and I'm sure that this is not going to be a goodbye. We're going to improve, develop more better ways. We're going to build more partnership with the state government in ensuring education system in the state is being improved. So we're going to look at all those things subsequently, but I want to appreciate them seriously. I want to appreciate them seriously for what they have done. They did so amazingly well for us, and it would be an error for us not to appreciate them. So they did well, and I want to appreciate you for what they've done.
There's a saying that goes, my dear worthy opponents, if ignorance is a bliss, my intelligent opponents might have been the happiest in the room, because I don't agree with you all with what you are just saying. Space exploration has brought for us job creation. Many astronauts, astrophysicians, pilots, engineers has helped promote this. And my opponents, my very worthy opponents, tend to tell me that space exploration is a waste of resources. My audience, the judges, I disagree. Thank you.
I think what I have to say is to appreciate Bring It On Africa as the NGO that has come up with this laudable idea of the e-debate, because we've been doing debate, but this is the first time I think we are doing it electronically. And I will say more grease to our elbows, and we are looking forward to collaborating with you in so many other ways that the Nigerian child will benefit. Thank you.
Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, can't you see? I'm